Hi, this is Heather Ward, and I would like to speak with you for a few moments about censorship and collection policies. Libraries need collection policies for numerous reasons, but the three reasons that I would like to highlight during this conversation are common sense, consistency, and protection. Common sense is just good common sense to have a written manual outlining a library's policies and procedures. A written manual is rather like a roadmap. If we don't know where we're going or where we've been, how do we expect to get there? A written manual backs up the choices that have been made by the committee during book collection meetings. If questioned about why we have certain books in our library, we have the manuals to back us up. Consistency. A written manual helps us maintain our consistency. Each member of the committee is aware of the task before us in selecting new content for the library. I especially liked this quote from our textbook. Procedure statements direct the implementation of the policies. When we know our policies, we can consistently carry out our procedures. Finally, protection. The protection that I mean here is the protection for our intellectual freedoms. In 1986, Estes said, educators must remain in the forefront of promoting intellectual freedom if we are to guarantee a free tomorrow for our country. She said this regarding book collection for the state of Oklahoma. With all the changes and upheaval that we have made in our country since 1986, I believe this statement is true now more than ever. The article that I chose to review is called Silence in the Stacks, an exploration of self-censorship in high school libraries. In the article, the authors look at 90 Texas public high schools, 15 from each UIL division. They look through their online card catalog, and they look for 55 controversial books that they search in each of the school libraries. They're asking questions about the relationship between the school's characteristics and the absence of controversial books, the extent that high school librarians are engaging in self-censorship, and controversial topics that are least likely to be found in library collections. The results were that smaller district libraries often contain fewer of the controversial books, which could indicate higher instances of self-censorship on the part of the librarian. But there could be other factors for this. Budget constraints, education of the librarian. It could be a paraprofessional in that role. It could also relate to how much a librarian is in professional circles. There are two quotes that I just especially liked. One, self-censorship is problematic. Primarily, it limits, if not denies, access to information. And the second quote is, by refraining from purchasing books that feature voices of transgender and LGBTQIA+ youth and diverse multicultural backgrounds, students are denied the opportunity to experience a worldview that is necessary to combat stereotypes and negative racial misconceptions. I really liked those. Reading this article really helped me understand and call attention to my own areas of self-censorship. I think that it's important to be aware of our biases so that we know to look for them and so that we know to fight them. In the article, Children's Collection Development, Good Books or Books Kids Like by Todd Kyle, he talks about the difference between quality and true appeal. And then at the top of the second page, he realizes that they're really the same thing. And I just especially like this quote. Once the child actually cracks open the package, what they find is something that has the power to satisfy and to delight. I really enjoyed this article as well, and I think that it has caused me to question if I'm looking for something flashy that the kids will rush toward, or if I'm looking for something that is quality for the students. Here is my bibliography. Thank you so very much for your time.